Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There's a 7 of Cups. All right, that's gonna be all right. Let's not despair. That does not mean anything terrible. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna switch cameras here. Let's put that into some context. All right, because I bet we're gonna get a lot of strong energy to get us out of that 7 of Cups, and we already see some really strong energy. A lot of clarity, a lot of, see, all this good water energy is really counteracting this 7 of Cups. Now, the 7 of Cups isn't inherently negative, all right? So we just have to kind of see where our 7 of Cups energy is going, what kind of activities that is, and how we're trying to aspire to some of these other things, right? Oh yeah, this looks really good. This looks nice. Let's do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And just one random card. We'll put the frog right on top and we'll park it over there. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, and hopefully that will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, right? So let's look around at our spread here. We have water, 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 water. We've got major. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got a little bit of air. Oh, more water up here at the top. So a lot of water going on here. I really feel like this is something that, especially with the 7 of Cups here, I feel like there's some kind of energy, some kind of, lifestyle, or there's some situation right now that we feel stuck in. Yeah. And this could be anything. Just because it's water doesn't mean it's romantic. Just because it's water doesn't mean that it is not financial. It could be health related. But it's a feeling. It's the feeling that we are stuck right now, right? And I think that's a false feeling in the sense that we're not stuck. It feels like we are. And maybe it really feels like we are. Maybe our life right now feels a little bit like mud, like quicksand, But there's always going to be some movement out. There's always going to be a way to get out of that quicksand. It just takes a little finesse, right? And I think that's why we've got this fire energy right here. That's why we have this very supportive water energy. We have your endurance, your ambition. This is your will this is your driving force, this devil energy down here. This is the driving force for you to get out of this quicksand. Now, it could be that you are having some financial difficulties, and that's kind of, as they say, we're underwater, right? So I think it's really, this reading is not about the finances themselves, but about the feelings that are around that, right? The way it makes us feel being underwater, being stuck, feels like we're kind of sinking, that things are not getting any better. But waking up to this reality is the first step, right? 7 of Cups. It's the problem, but it's also the solution, because the number 7 represents activity. It's an odd number, so it represents positive movement and extension. It's a function, right? What are we extending ourselves into that might be keeping us weighed down? Now, this doesn't have to be financial. This could be any situation, whether it's health, whether it's finances, maybe it is a relationship, where you feel like you're sinking, you feel like it's getting more and more difficult to move. To me, it kind of has a financial vibe, especially when we've got Mercury over here, the Magician, the Magus. This gives me a sense that there's there's some kind of transactional nature to this. There's some kind of a business sense here, but we'll get to that card in a few minutes. Yeah. The number 7 is also a number of fire, right? So it's this fiery extension and outward moving activity. We have to extend ourselves in the right direction, right? If you put your energy into the wrong things, yeah, things are gonna get worse. You're gonna feel worse. Things are not going to improve. Maybe you're spending your money on worthless things or activities or indulgences or entertainments or whatever it is that we really don't need right now. Maybe you're putting all of your emotions into something that really doesn't deserve your attention. So this extension of our fiery energy needs to be redirected to positive stuff. And we've got some fire here. This is showing what we're actually doing with our fire energy. Either you're struggling in the quicksand and you're getting more stuck, or we're finessing it, or we've learned the technique. We can see what we've been doing wrong, right? By maybe struggling or getting scared, getting a little frantic, kind of losing our cool, we get more stuck. By changing our tactics and finessing the situation a little bit, we can get out of the quicksand. I don't know what they say, if you've got to do slow movements and you put your arms up like this and you I don't know. I've never been in quicksand before, not like that. But I have had financial difficulties, so I know how that feels, and the insight that it requires in order to know what to change, right? To get out of this. So what you're really looking for now, I think, is the clarity. We've recognized that we're in a little bit of a sticky situation, okay? Maybe health and wellness, maybe finances, maybe emotionally in a relationship. This is about the emotions of the situation, right? Not necessarily about the situation itself. There's no real earth energy here anywhere, right? We've got a little bit of earth with the devil card here. But otherwise, there's no specifics about it's not a financial reading. It's a reading about feelings, how we're relating to it, and the insight that we need into our situation in order to overcome how we feel. And to get to the love, to get to the Two of Cups, the real beautiful feelings, the joy, the happiness, the success, the relief, and the freedom that comes with a proper attitude, proper relationship with the situation. That's what the reading's about. So to get out of the Seven of Cups, we need, first, you recognize that you've got this. And then 2, we need to reassess our strategy, right? So we've got a little bit of air energy that we need to talk about. And before we get to the air energy, though, let's see maybe what led up to this situation. Okay, we've got a recent past. 4 of Cups. Now, the 4 of Cups wasn't anything really terrible. I think that what has kind of led up to this situation today is maybe just a lack of excitement. I think maybe your life was becoming a little too routine. Maybe there was just not as much going on as you would like, I kind of feel like there was it's kind of a boredom. And then I feel like we started going in a certain direction with our energy, with our water energy, maybe with our spending, and we got ourselves into a bit of a hole. Yeah. But it was, I think, a gradual thing. It was just trying to put some movement here, because I feel like this was our feeling of not being terrible. We weren't sad or depressed, but we weren't exceptionally happy either. Yeah. We were, I guess the best word is just a little bored. We were a little bored. And so we started extending our energy out. Again, this is an even number, so it's a solid state of things. This is just kind of this is just being kind of anchored in place. We have our life, we have our routine, we have the things that we do, and we wanted something a little bit different, a little bit more, right? So maybe we started putting some of our energy into things that were more indulgences than requirements, right? More of a want than a need. And maybe we got ourselves into a little bit of a hole. Again, it could be health, fitness, it could be financial. It could be just in terms of a romantic relationship, the relationship with your family, right? Things have gotten to a little bit of a bad spot. Things feel a little toxic. Maybe we feel a little stuck. But we've got this good fiery energy that's coming. The 7 of Cups shows us the problem and the solution. The solution is this informed fire energy. And the informed fire energy is the Prince of Wands. It's air of fire. So this is action, activity. This is discipline. This is fortitude. This is assertiveness that's being informed by this air energy. Right, I think first of all, the Queen here, this is what we need right away. This is for us to recognize the position we're in. This card says, take yourself out of this situation a little bit. Look at it from a different vantage point. See where you really are. Because maybe there's this rejection of the idea. Maybe you're kind of denying, no, I'm not a 7 of Cups. There's no way. Let's look at things from different angles. Let's get a little drone, with a camera. Let's fly it up 100 feet or so. And let's look. Because maybe we'll realize that, oh, yeah, this is all quicksand. I thought it was just a little bit of mud. But no, it's quicksand. I'm sinking. The more I try to move, the deeper I'm sinking here. So this card's about stripping away any pretense, stripping away the denial, the rejection of this notion, and just to see things objectively. Take a real look at your feelings right now, because again, this is about how we feel about the situation. Yeah, maybe you have to take a look at your bank statements or your checkbook or something. I don't know. Do people even still have checkbooks? I'm not sure. We have to assess how we feel here. And to do that, we might have to take a real look at the actual details of the situation, which again, there's no earth energy here. These details are unique to you. I don't need to know. I don't want to know. But I can see how we're feeling. I can feel how we're feeling right now. And we have to get an assessment of that. You have to. Right? I say the royal we. You have to first admit that we are in a bit of a sticky spot, a bit of a tight spot. And once we do that, I think that's the first step to really invoking this fire energy. That's going to be the will, the discipline, the action, the informed action that's going to get us out of this. Not just flailing your arms around and kicking your legs. That's just going to make it worse. The real, calm, strategic maneuvers that are going to get us out of this. Yeah. What we really are aspiring to is 2 of Cups. We want an effective relationship with the world, with ourselves, with our partner, with our people, our pets, our plants, right? With our job, with our finances, with our spending itself, with our feelings. We want a real harmonious relationship. We want to have appreciation for everything. We want to be appreciated. The 2 of Cups is real love. Yeah. We want a real love that isn't, we want to feel as if we don't need those 7 cups. That is just extra stuff in our life that was, perhaps we were putting our energy into the 7 cups because we didn't really feel the two. We didn't really feel the love in our lives, in whatever realm of life we're talking about, you know. If there's something that we're not getting with the 2, then maybe we're going to overdo it with a 7. Yeah. And the 2 is, this is what we want. This is the purest form of love. This is respect and affection and kindness. This is stripped of all of the extravagance, all of the details, right? All of the other cups. This is just pure water energy coming together, right? This is just 2 entities, 2 people, 2 whatever. You and your environment, right? You and your people. So this is what we're striving for. And I think you know that. I think maybe we've been going about it kind of a weird way to fulfill this, to find this. We found ourselves in the 7 of Cups. What we really wanted to do, I think, was go from the 4 to a 2. We didn't need extravagance and excitement in our life. What we wanted was just a purer form. We wanted to strip away maybe the routines of life and just get to the real connection, right? The real joy and love and beauty between ourselves and the universe, right? A pure, exalted kind of bliss. So it's kind of a reduction, right? We're trying to lessen things. We're trying to reduce this number. But what we ended up doing instead was, well, kind of going in a different direction. We ended up increasing, getting into this quicksand, this swamp, and now we've got to really struggle to get out. We really have to use all of our forces to get out of this and get up to this 2. And this is what we want. So we're kind of going a roundabout way to get to the 2, but maybe we had to really sink down really, really deep to realize the 2, to realize what's important. Maybe the 2 of Cups is you realizing what is significant to you in your life, what has meaning. It's not those 7 cups. And the 7 of Cups is us really like looking for love in all the wrong places. But maybe we need that so we can understand what is important, what we do want, what is the right place. Yeah. And now the first task before you, I think, is to get that other perspective, right? So I really think that the future is going to be amazing for you. I think that we had to go through this period so that we can understand what what is significant, what is meaningful, what this kind of what real independence means, right? You're not reliant on these things anymore, whatever they might be. This still kind of feels financial to me. So maybe we're talking about financial freedom. Maybe there is this gold mine in your future. Now, down below everything, we've got this devil energy. And this is something hidden within you. This is fire of earth, right? This is you taking this fire energy, which we're using this fire energy to get ourselves up here, to get out of the quicksand. But through this fire energy, we might be discovering the secret here. We might be discovering this. Maybe this is the gold mine, right? Maybe when you're down here in this swamp, we've woken up to the fact that we're here. And now we have this plan, this strategy to get ourselves out of this hole. But maybe while we're here, we see something. We see a secret passageway that leads to tremendous riches, right? Just a literal gold mine, right? Maybe while you're here, this is where you're discovering your power, your independence, your ambition. You know, we had to get stuck in this quicksand for you to realize how powerful you are. I think your future is going to be amazing because I think it's down here in this swamp. Because of this situation, you're discovering what you're capable of. And this is real independence. Okay? And if it is a financial thing, maybe that's what we're talking about. Maybe it's being free from this kind of 7 of Cups, spending, real independence. We don't need any of that stuff. Yeah. You can trim all that stuff away from your life and reduce things down to what are essential, to those things that are most important to you. And I'm not saying to stop having fun or stop indulging in things, entertainment and these pleasurable things. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying through realizing our predicament, right? If we've maybe overdone it, realizing that we have everything that we need within us to not only get out of the hole, but to go even higher, to reach that kind of independent state. So maybe we are talking about financial independence here. All right, maybe. It feels like you're discovering this. And this is the real gold mine that's down here. So in some ways, we're thankful of this predicament that we're in because it's allowing us to find this devil energy. And this maybe is going to set you off on this new path. Well, over here, we've got this kind of new path, right? We're set off. We've discovered what's important through this devil energy, through going down to the depths of this swamp. We're climbing back out. We're realizing what's important. Two of Cups, we've got that. Now we're taking that Two of Cups and we're extending that. We're putting that into action, right? Now we've stripped things down to the bare essentials. And from there, we can have this strategy 3, 3 of Cups moving forward. Again, the 3 is an odd number. It is a function. It's an activity, right? It's dynamic. It's a verb. If the 2 of Cups is love, this is love in action. This is loving, right? This is the action word. Any grammar or English majors are going to be on me if I make a mistake here, but I'm pretty sure that's the verb form of love, right? Loving. It's movement, right? It's how we are expressing this 2 of Cups, this simplicity almost that we found. Now we're really putting it to good use. So this could be your new strategy going forward, right? This is the future that you're creating. So I feel like this was the path of the dove. I feel like this was a necessary situation. We need to kind of sink into the bottoms of whatever that 7 of Cups is for you. It's probably looks and feels a little bit differently for everyone, but I think we can all relate to that. Getting out of that, rediscovering what's important, and now knowing how to plan our next move based on what we've discovered. And the secret is this. This is one of the only major arcana cards we have, that devil energy. This is the engine now. This is that secret, rocket booster that you have, that you've just discovered you have this thing, and now you're like, well, yeah, let's use it, right? So now you're using it. And even the 3, this kind of looks like a rocket ship, right? Kind of looks like we have some boosters down there. And so now we're using this engine. We're using this power and this force to embark on this new journey, right? Maybe it's one of financial independence. Maybe it's one of fitness and health. Maybe it's one of different kinds of relationships, right? A more simple, more healthy kind of relationship, something like that. It still feels financial, mainly because of this Mercury energy. But the next card that we come into is this air energy. Now, the air energy is basically us trying to stay on course. See, we have other things in our environment that are going to come and try to either tempt us in these different directions, or that are going to try to chip away at our willpower, right? Trying to get us to deviate from our course. But if you know anything about, I don't know, astronomy or rockets or anything like that, I don't, but just the slightest deviation, you're going to end up in a completely different place, right? When you're trying to plan your course, especially when you're going light years away, you've got to be precise, right? So there's all these little things that are trying to get you to deviate. Now, if this is spending, or if this is financial, this is pretty obvious. all these little things that you kind of want to spend your money on, but no, we got to stay on track. This is your financial plan, and then these other little swords are all these little temptations of what you might want to spend your money on, right? But before we know it, we're back 7 of Swords, we're back in a 7 of Cups, right? So the way to overcome this is to just stay with that fire energy, stay with that discipline. Now, this isn't a financial reading. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. All right, God knows I'm the last person to ask. So whatever this is regarding, this is the energy that's required for you to stay on course with whatever your trajectory is, wherever this rocket that we found is taking us, right? If this is financial independence, or whatever it's going to be amazing. But you got to stay on course. You've got to withstand the distractions. You've got to stay on track, okay? And if you deviate, well, you just got to come back. Okay, this is the card of meditation. This card really has a lot of meanings. The 7 of Swords, everybody doesn't like it. I personally like this card because this tells me, when I get this in my own personal readings, it always tells me how to fix what I've done wrong, right? How to correct my mistakes. And that's what I need. I don't need cards that are going to tell me, hey, you're doing everything right. Way to go, good job, clap for me. I want, because I can do that myself, right? I want my tarot reading to tell me what mistakes I might be making or potentially will make because, again, Goddess knows I make a lot of mistakes. I need to know how to see those mistakes and how to correct them. So this card really is that meditation card. And meditation, it's not just, well, just think about one thing and nothing else and you'll succeed in meditation. Yes, but how do I do that? What happens when I get distracted by the millions of other things in my mind? You let them go, come back to focus, come back to your center, come back to the track that you're on. That's the whole of the work, is getting off track and then coming back, right? If you're meditating on your breath, you start thinking about TV shows, come back to the breath. That's all it is. It's about coming back. It's about course correcting more than it is staying on course. It's about correcting your course because you eventually, inevitably, all of us will deviate a little bit. Some people more than others. It might take more of a jolt to get you back on track, but maybe that's what we've got going on now. Maybe this is that jolt to let you know, hey, you've strayed from your meditation. Let's bring it back to the breath. Yeah. Now the next card, Magician, Mercury energy. It's strange that it's in the position of what we don't want. Because to me, Mercury could really be like fiscal responsibility. Mercury is, or Hermes is the Lord of Commerce and trading and business transactions and, information, data transactions and so forth too. So it's really this kind of transmitting. It's travel of both physical travel or the traveling transactional kinds of things. So this is really kind of saying, look, you've got to be your own strategist. You've got to be your own financial planner, financial advisor, wealth manager. Now, again, this is no kind of financial advice. If you're having financial issues, contact a professional, not a tarot reading, okay? This is about the energy. You've got to, maybe this card is saying that, look, you don't want this. This is what you don't want, right? This position. Maybe you don't want a professional, but maybe this is what you need, right? Maybe we need to call in some energy that is specifically qualified to deal with this sort of thing. If this is resonating with you, yeah, call someone, a debt manager, a financial planner, whatever they're called. But this is also us having the focus to be responsible for our own planning, for our own strategy for the future. Now, this might not even be financial for you. Maybe this is about a relationship with someone. Maybe this is about health and fitness. Maybe this is about a career path or something, right? It could be anything. This is us having the will and the intelligence and the commitment to take ownership and take responsibility for ourselves, you know? Even if that means calling in a professional, getting some help, getting an outside opinion, you know? So this is the discipline with our transactions. We don't want it, but we need it. We need some kind of rulership over our transactional life, whether it's financial or health, you know, nutrition, whether it's with other people through our family relationships, romantic relationships, whatever it is. So we need this. The next card is the Princess of Cups. This is a little bit of earth energy, right? Because it's a princess, so it's earth of water. Just as the Devil card here was the fire of earth, now we have the earth of water. So it seems like this fire, this ambition, this discipline, this will, this force, right? This activity to overcome this difficulty is realizing that we have an infinite power of manifestation. These manifestations are going to lead us to new appreciation, new experience, new feelings about the world around us. So we're coming right back to what we wanted in the beginning, was this simplicity, was just feeling the connection without all of the details and stuff piled on it. Just a pure experience of that love, right? So this is going to be kind of a new thing. I think you're rediscovering this. And I feel like this really is a good future for you. This is a gold mine in more ways than one, because it's giving you all of these connections and feelings that you want, this kind of relationship with the world. But I think it's also letting you know that you have the power and you have everything necessary to put your life on the right track, whatever track that is for you. So to me, this is really, really amazing. This is beautiful. Now let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Frog, for helping us with this mystery card. I appreciate you. I'd like to see some earth energy. That's all I'm going to say here. Well, we've got an Emperor. Even better, because the Emperor, God, these cards are small, huh? The Emperor is fire, right? But it's the number 4. It's the 4th mystery of the tarot. So it's about the kingdom. It's about the empire, right? The number 4. It's the 4 elements, the 4 directions, the 4 winds, the 4 quarters. It's about the structure of the physical world, right? It's the 3-dimensional plus time, whatever, 4th dimension, manifestation, and it's the discipline and the rulership over that. So it's the emperor, it's the authority in relation to that empire, right? And this is really what we need. We need to be we need to be the emperor of our own life. It's not gender specific. We need to be the ruler of our own lives. And this is someone who is going to check in with the finance department, the master of coin. Say, well, what are we doing with our spending? This is one that's going to check in with the kitchen and be like, let's put some healthier things on the menu. This emperor has to kind of oversee everything, has other professionals to assist with that, right? But is ultimately responsible for all of it. Has to have the vision and the foresight and the discipline and the will and the power to get everybody in line, get all systems working properly. It's the captain, And the captain can delegate, make decisions, executive decisions, because ultimately it all falls on their shoulders. So we have to be this. We have to take this kind of attitude. So this is a good reinforcement of this fire energy that we started with in this Prince of Wands. The Prince now has done all of this work, proved itself, right, made a difference, and has grown into the Emperor, matured, right? This is really nice. I love this for a confirmation card. Beautiful, perfect confirmation. We're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, Libra, just click up here. That will give you access to everything. I want to thank you for taking this journey with me. It was a real pleasure. Thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.